Oh, he was the ultimate hit maker. The guy was every record was a huge event, and the fun thing is we'd always a lot of people would buy in the business would buy the record to buy the backside because he paid he paid the singers, Darlene Levin, all of them just a salary or union scale, and then he'd have this big. He'd spend a lot of time on the A session, and so the drums had this big, huge, swimmy sound, and then he would say, "Okay, B side," and he wouldn't change anything. The band would just do this instrumental floppy mix, and it was Mother Birth of publishing, and he had the writing on it. So the B-sides were always kind of a lot of fun to listen to because sometimes they were so bad. Because Phil was a quote co-writer, which means it was always like it was Brill Building people. Like I told you before, he would bring the Brill Building writers in, and he would be usually a third writer in a lot of the stuff, except that crazy thing of finding out that that Gene Pitney wrote "He's a Rebel," which I think was just great. Who would have suspected? But I would be production because we all kind of went. The Gold Star started becoming the studio that everybody went to. Before I really knew Brian, I'd go in there and he'd be maybe going to the mastering room. It was a small studio, and Phil would be in the big studio just banging away. He was the guy. I mean, he was in the business. There was nobody like he had that unique sound. With soulful but yet top 40. Brill Building. He mixed. He did a great thing like Brian did a great mix of the Four Freshmen and Chuck Berry in the early days with surf lyrics.